They was on the outs. So, you know,
Q wasn't all the way there before you.
He wasn't, mentally he wasn't all the way there.
Right.
And he also had a big house fire. I remember him having a huge house fire, losing everything.
Yeah. Wow.
And, you know, you're sitting there, if you're a Q-tip and you just lost, you know, your entire everything, and you got your, yo, what's up with my beast? But you don't even have your sample, you know, your whole, where you make the magic just went up in flames.
Q-Tip had a house fire.
Yep.
Yes.
He was with Angie Martinez at that time.
And RZA had a flood.
He had a flood, yup.
Yeah.
And these are some of the greatest
There was
producers.
somebody that couldn't get beats from these guys that was like, all right, I'm going to show you this. Yo, I'm telling you, so there's got to be a connection.
Somebody cursed
right
him.
that way. But continue.
Yep, he had a house fire, and at that point, like, he just really wasn't focused on the mission. And I know I was driving him crazy because I was hungry. Like, I'm still the same person that's walking around that, like, I'm still in that frame of mind. So I'm blowing, yo, what's up my album? What's up my album? And I'm sure at some point he had a conversation with Busta, because Busta was putting together Flipmode Squad.
Right.
And I know he had a conversation with Bus like, yo, I got this female. She's so dope. She is driving me up a wall. Like, you know, I think she would be a great fit for you. I think she matches your energy.
Right.
And so now I'm rocking with Busta. And what was dope about that, here comes the third tip save. Instead of me getting dropped and getting re-signed, they were able to just kind of like
combine.
Yeah,
right.
They were able to just kind of slide me into the hands of Busta without me losing my deal or you know,
feeling that devastation.
Having to unsign and re-sign, and all the terms and conditions of my deal was still in play, so I was still able to get that. So, okay, go through whatever legal stuff y'all got to go through. I'm still showing up to the accounting office at the first. I bet you my car won't decline again. And so now I'm getting on Busta Durr. So now I'm showing up to...
Wait, time out. What was that initial meeting like with you and Busta? Like, how did y'all even meet?
So like, the very first time I met Busta, a Young Z session.
Oh, wow.
He's on and I actually, I've heard Busta tell the story of going around studios too, seeing who was working, and just, you know, and now you on a joint with him. Right. He showed up in a Young Z session that Z was having with KRS-One. KRS-One did a hook for Z, and Busta is on that intro. So that was my first time meeting Busta, but it wasn't a significant enough meeting. Like at that, like I was somebody's woman in that session. I wasn't all, hey, but you know. My next time interacting with Busta, my manager Blitz was in the studio with him. And he played Busta one of my Ski songs, one of my demos from Ski. I was asleep and I was pregnant when Busta called me and was like, he like, yo, you got bars, shorty. I didn't think it was Busta Rhymes. Like, my phone rings and it's Busta Rhymes. Yeah. Like, get the fuck out of here. Busta. Fuck out of here. I'm asleep, nigga. And my manager called me all, Blitz called me back all scared, like, yo, you just hung up on Busta Rhymes. I'm like, my bad. I mean, I ain't know.
You just told me you was gonna call.
Yeah, you gotta give me a heads up. Like, I'm thinking you playing.
Frank calling.
Yeah, something. we do that. We was doing that shit. Me and my partner, I'm like, the way we was pranking people. I mean, but we weren't pranking. We were actively searching for a record deal. Let the record reflect. We were not pranking. We were, as they say, going door to door, filling out applications. But so that was like our first time at really communicating. And so now fast forward to me showing up to his studio sessions.
What was he recording the first studio session you went to with him? Do you remember?
Maybe Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I know it was so okay, so when I first started showing up, it was Rampage album was still out. Well, like Wild for the Night was was ringing off. And he was in the process of working on When Disaster Strikes.
Gotcha.
And my first time getting on a record with them was the Crew song We Could Take It Outside.
Right.
Which is on that album.
Right.
And so mind you, now I'm showing up to the studio every day. Yo, nigga, my mom coming out. You know, I'm just bully footing my way into the situation. Now I was told that there was a pecking order, like, okay, new girl, this is how it goes. Lord have mercy, Rabbit. You know, there were people that were there before me.
Right.
You know, respectfully, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm nicer than all of niggas. Respectfully. I mean, that was my.
That's how you felt.
That was my machine. That was my shit. That was my shit. And it, it was always love. It wasn't like, I never wanted to do anything that, embarrass my brothers or nothing like that. But I just always let it be known, like, I'm about to smoke you on this record. Like that was my attitude. That was my, I learned studio etiquette with Flipmode. I didn't have studio etiquette coming from the outside.
What was it? Yeah, studio etiquette. That's a real thing.
Studio etiquette is, being respectful. If somebody might take a little longer than you to write their verse, be respectful. Right. Hey, damn, you still writing? Like,
oh my God. You should say.
Yeah, it's get every understanding that every artist has their creative process. And at the end of the day, it was about being a team. See, I really learned team sport with Flipmode. It's like, okay, we all have to do our best to complement each other on it's at the end of the day, it's about the song. It's not about who got the nicest verse, Mrs. Outsiders. It's not about
I get it.
But that's what type of time I was on. Right. I came from a place where, hey, the song could be 14 minutes long. We all trying to get our shit off. Nobody's caring about song structure. Did the record even have a hook? Was the hook catchy? Was it commercially viable? We ain't care about none of that shit. We just all wanted to have the nicest verse. So now coming into Flipmode, it's like, okay, we might all have to just do 8 bars so the song could be a radio-friendly timeless. 8 bars? What the
what is that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to be going nuts, but it was that experience that made me more of a
I'm curious.
a team player.
Before you get there, let's take a 5-minute break.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.